politics are big nowadays. So like I love gay people, but I don't believe in gay marriage, right? Because I'm a Christian and I believe in the Bible. I love gay people. When it comes to gay marriage, I'm a Christian. I believe marriage is between a man and a young woman sold by her parents in exchange for cattle, crops, and village safety. People say, Jeff, why aren't you married? Well, no one's made me a good enough offer. You know what I'm saying? I want my 15-year-old to be hot, but I want to get some goats in the deal. You know what I'm saying? Very religious.
What's going on, guys? Today we're checking out this amazing comedian Jeff Dye, absolutely roasting woke people in this compilation. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you go follow him and subscribe to him. All his links are in the description. Let's go!
The young people are so loose with the term like unsafe. It's like, I just don't feel safe. It's a leverage of power to phrase it like that. I feel unsafe that our university would let a Republican speak in the conference room. I feel unsafe that they would even let a conservative speak to us. They go to NYU, I'm like, you live in New York? You feel fine out there? You're in New York City, it's anarchy. But then Ben Shapiro comes and they're like, this is disgusting, how could anyone allow this threat to my life? It's insane.
The Dems were so certain that Trump's policies would fail, wouldn't they just sit back and let him fail? Their panic means they either know or they fear he will succeed and prove them wrong. Do you have any tips to these guys in looking into the mirror and seeing what they truly are?
I'm a former liberal guy. They changed. The party left me. I didn't leave the party, and I think a lot of people feel that way. The left has become like nerds. Like nerds are these big guys that are chubby that read their comic books. They'll read about a Captain America or like a Hulk or something, and they go, these are the heroes of the comic books. But they would hate that guy if they met him. You think that nerds would be jacked. They'd be in the gym trying to be like their heroes, but they're not. They like the idea of these heroes. Now you have a real-life Iron Man. You have Elon Musk. You have a Hulk, Joe Rogan. You have Captain America, Donald Trump. And then they hate the guys. They like the nerd. They only like the ideas of these things. They say they want these things, and then they reject them. Liberals wouldn't shut up about electric cars. And then the one guy that made it a reality, they're like, well, but not when he does it. You're like, shut up.
That totally makes sense to me. I think he's right about this.
30 trans people in my entire life. Half of them worked at the Apple Store. Which is fine, but just let's spread it out, you know? Can trans people only work at Starbucks and the Apple Store? Is that the only... Are there no other jobs for the trans community? Right, you never see like a trans gal on a farm, like just tilling, you know? Like, I'll load the hay, I used to be a fella. Never see that gal. Start pulling your weight. This is a community. We got enough baristas.
This guy is funny.
After Trump threatened Colombia with sky-high tariffs, AOC whines that this would raise coffee prices for Americans.
I'll be honest, I don't know what the hell a tariff is. I think that's the new move. Just start throwing around things that neither side really understands. All I know is AOC saying your coffee's going to be expensive. My coffee's already expensive.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. I thought we'd see less of AOC this week. You know, she wasn't bopping around at the inauguration. She made a bunch of crazy claims. I thought she'd kind of fizzle away now that we've got a good president in office.
Yeah.
But here she is, bitching about coffee.
Yeah, but you know what?
She's always behind. We complain about eggs or something on the show, and then she'll be like, can you complain about eggs at a time like this?
Yeah.
Now she's like, coffee prices will go up. She's always behind. We said fake news. Then a year later, she's like, that's not real. That's fake. You're like, she's just always behind. I'll be honest, man. When men and women aren't equal. I'm sorry if that hurts your little stupid ears. We're not equal, because equal means the word same. We're not the same. In fact, that's my favorite thing about a woman, is that she's not a dude. I don't walk around, I could have a baby if they'd let me. I can't. We're not the same. People try to make it, we're equal, I want it to be equalized. No, you don't. When any one of you got a babysitter tonight, how many of you picked a dude? None of you. Not because you're sexist, but because you're not dumb. Because the baby would fall off the balcony and you'd be like, why was the baby on the balcony? He's like, I don't know, I came out to smoke. And you're like, very hard
I must agree that women are better than men with babies.
It's people to like guns as well. That's sort of true for women. Men, very easy sell. You know? Every one of my guy friends, I'll be like, do you like guns? Like, I've never liked guns. You know me, Jeff. I'm from Seattle. We don't do guns. And I'm like, and it only takes like, I don't know, one bullet. Right? You'll teach them a little about the gun. You'll hand it to them. You'll have them shoot it. They'll go, poof, and then they're like, oh, hey, I get it. I get this. Yeah, that felt pretty good. I think I'm a Republican now, actually. This is... Wow. Yeah. Maybe that election was rigged. Fuck. Yeah, this feels pretty good.
That was pretty good. A very good joke, in my opinion.
It's commonplace for people who consider themselves good, kind people to say things like punch a Nazi. You voted Republican. Oh, you're a fascist. Forcing people to behave and think in a certain way.
That's what they hate about religion.
And
they
it's
claim
also,
they hate religion because religious people tell them what to think and do.
It's a religion.
And then they do a religious act of being like a liberal going, if you don't think like me, you must be bad.
Do you know who Mark Andreessen is? He broke the whole woke thing down as a religion. You can get excommunicated and cast out, and people are fearful of that, so they stay inside the lines. There's a doctrine they all follow.
Listen to yourself. You don't like rich people. You're mad at everyone wealthy. You're mad at the super wealthy. You hate gym bros. You hate frat guys. You hate straight white guys. You hate boomers. You seem to not like a lot of people. For being the most accepting side.
My country is in its adolescence. Adolescence is very arrogant, and we are in our ignorant, arrogant adolescence.
The way that they talk about this is because they've been patted on the head and the bottom every time they say some liberal theater class nonsense. What is ill-informed and ignorant and in its adolescence is Hollywood. Hollywood is stupid because they pretend to play to all these things. They're the dummies. Every one of these actors doesn't know their history. That she's going, oh, and here in Italy, like she knows anything about the leader of Italy or their past fascism. It's just something she probably Googled in her car service over there. They'll talk about against guns, when they've literally glamorized guns. Every one of their movies is shooting someone. You've made guns cool. You get paid millions to make all these things cool. They're always salacious and sexual and hoary in their movies. They're the ones that are out of touch, is Hollywood.
You clapped in the middle of his. You don't have to clap.
He is right on point. I think he's totally right about this. I think nobody cares what Hollywood thinks anymore. Nobody cares what celebrity thinks anymore and who they endorse or not.
Bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love.
What's wrong with true love? What's wrong with being saved by a prince? That isn't 1937 to need to be saved. I would argue our military, our fire department, our police, they save us when we're in trouble. When something bad happens, you call 911 for someone to come save you. Generally men, just saying, statistically. There's nothing wrong with her dreaming of true love. Everyone dreams of true love. We're all dreaming of it. There's the reason that's the thread line in every single story for the last 2,000 years. It's like such a silly, arrogant remark to be like, oh, this isn't 1937. We don't need to wait for someone to help us. We don't need to dream of true love. Like, it's just all so, like, smug.
Yeah, yes, we can all agree that the woke left has gone way too far, and finding love is probably one of the most important things you can do in life.
McBride, the incoming congresswoman, only openly transgender person elected to the U.S. House of Representatives.
Couldn't tell?
You said you couldn't tell, but here's the thing.
I'm being...
You got to see him angry. That's how you can tell. I don't recognize a trans person unless they're yelling at somebody about a bathroom or protesting some building that I don't know what they did, or at a game crazy going, ma'am, it's ma'am. Like that's the only time I recognize. In their rage, they always revert back to their true gender.
Yeah, it's weird when you're kicking over shelves in a GameStop.
No reason to stop being a lady, you know what I mean? This is crazy.
Don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you.
I don't miss her at all.
Her posture's terrible. She looks like hungover, really. And also, like, one thing that's weird about her, and not just in this video, but just the entire time she was campaigning, you know, like when your wife or your mom is around the kids all day, and then she hasn't talked to an adult, so then she kind of forgets. She's like, do you want to have dinner? And like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, exactly.
She talks to all of us like we're in first grade. You don't let anyone, you like, stop talking to me like that, bitch.
It's true. It is true.
I live in Los Angeles. I'm a bro. I'm a straight white guy. He's got to know you got to lie. Yeah. You got to lie every day if you want to keep working. Every day I have to say, like, oh, nice to meet you. They go, oh, I identify as a wolf. And and my moon rising, and I go, yeah, me too. Nice to meet you. I say, oh, men can have babies. You're like, duh. Duh. You lie so you can work.
Wow. Wow. I cannot imagine how insane it would be, how uncomfortable it would be to live in Los Angeles or in California with all of these woke people walking around. That must be terrible, honestly. And no wonder why so many people left LA. No wonder why so many people left California for other states like Texas or Florida. That totally makes sense. Or Arizona even. Anyway, I think Jeff Dye is a great comedian. I think he had some great jokes in this video. He is basically torching the woke left right there for everybody to laugh at. That was beautiful. If you like Jeff Dye, make sure you go follow him and subscribe to him. The link are in the description below. It was amazing to see how he took on the woke left in this video. I think he's gonna do great thing in the future. He used to be a Democrat and a liberal, but honestly, the Democratic Party has done terrible over the past 4 years, and no wonder why so many people left them. They are probably gonna lose the upcoming election as well. We will see what happens next. Thanks for watching and staying with me till the end. I hope you had some great laugh today. Thanks for liking this video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And click right there to watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye.